All right, what's going on? We back. Motor City Sports Talk in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking on. Um, yeah, a little bit under the weather, but I got to get this out the way because I've been promising you guys the stream. So bear with me. I ain't gonna be on too long, but I'm dealing with a throat. But Pistons made some moves. Got rid of some people. We'll go ahead and just do a stream to tell you that they get better when they make the playoffs or whatever the situation may be. But pretty much they acquired Thon Maker. We talked about that one already. About as far as that's one of the guys I thought the Pistons should try to target because of his potential, and then as well as they brought in they expected to bring in Wayne Ellington as well. So um, should be they got rid of Reggie Bullock as well too, and they brought in cat from Kansas. He can pass the ball and score a little bit. That one Pistons fan was going on. So overall, man, I like what they did. To be honest, they said shit. It was a lot of people insiders been saying it's between Stanley Johnson and bringing back Reggie Bullock. Next year they couldn't bring back both. Stanley playing right now, watching the Pelicans game, and he a restricted free agent. And then Reggie Bullock, he gonna be looking to cash in next year too. Pistons says shit, it ain't gonna be no decision. We ain't bringing back neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? So, and I agree with that decision. Excuse me, like I said, my throat hurts, so just bear with me. I agree with that decision. I wholeheartedly do. I mean, Bullock wasn't that good, and people on the on social media and Pistons fans crying like, "Oh my God, Bullock!" Like, dude was averaging 12 points on 41% shooting from the field. Stanley Johnson hadn't did jiggity jack shit all season. He had a good game here and there every blue moon. Hey, if dudes ain't producing, you got to move on. Too many Detroit Pistons fans have emotional attachments. You know what I'm saying? Look here, man. I mean, they not playing the way they're supposed to play. Do you not know that Stanley Johnson and Reggie Bullock will not start on over 50% of NBA teams, not 51% of NBA teams? They wouldn't start for, if everybody's healthy. They're not. They good role players that was thrust into a starter position and they wasn't ready. Or thrust into real NBA minutes. Stanley Johnson, he was playing like a G League player. Real talk. He's playing like a mofo that should play in the G League. Reggie Bullock hurt. Sometimes he give you the best that he got, like Anita Baker. Other times he ain't giving you nothing. It ain't that you play good for stretches, or you play good on Tuesday and then we won't see you play good until two Tuesdays from now. NBA don't work like that. We need you to be consistent as Blake Griffin is. That's the Detroit Pistons' most consistent player. And I'm not saying everybody has to play up to that level of consistency. I'm up that level of quality that he played, but fill your roles. Hey, if they ask you to go out on that wing and shoot that jumper, well, shit, we expect you to hit those jumpers every night if that's your role. If your role is to go out there and do the dirty work like Zaza, we expect you to go fill that role. We're not going to expect, we're not expecting Reggie Bullock to go out there and throw up a 30-piece and get it off the dribble and get it off step backs and all shit like that. We're not expecting that from homeboy. We expected him to hit his corner threes, hit his threes from the fucking key, and be able to make layups when they play make for him. That's it. He couldn't do that. That motherfucker was out there shooting terrible. Now, could that be a product of the system? Absolutely. Could be a product of not having a point guard that can facilitate and make you better. Yeah. If you go over there with LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? And LeBron James drive and kick out to him, he getting wide open three-pointers. Well, it's different then. The Pistons don't have that penetrator like that. Blake Griffin is not a natural, floor general or point forward. That ain't him. I'm just keeping it real. So maybe another situation would be better for Reggie Bullock. A lot of the issues that the Pistons stem from come from the point guard position. I will say that. Mike Conley would have helped. But is Mike Conley worth $34.5 million, $35.5 million next year? No. Why would you strap yourself in cash and go from Reggie Jackson to a worse financial situation? You about to get Reggie Jackson money is about to go off the books. It's about to go off the books. The 18, 20 million, whatever you expect next year, that expiring contract is going to be very attractive and can lure another player in, a good player in, or can lure you a pick, but that's why I wasn't mad that they didn't give him up, because why would I go get a player that had never made an all-star team, coming off an Achilles injury, and Mike Conley has some really good games. I'm not even going to hold you up. But at 31 years old, how much he got left? Is he a $35 million a year guard? No. For 2 more years? It's not even guaranteed that Mike Conley come here and we make the playoffs. He exactly what we need, but guess what? That's only give you 3 starting players. That's 3 that can start on over 50% of NBA teams. You know what I'm saying? That only give you 2 starting players. That's it. 3, excuse me, if you brought Mike Conley in. And people talking about the playoff. Who give a fuck about making the 8th seed? Who cares? That's not gonna bring motherfuckers down there and watch the Pistons. This ain't the Lions. Oh, make the playoffs and we hang a banner up. No, making the 8th seed, that shouldn't even be a fucking goal. That shouldn't even be a goal. Oh, we make the 8th seed. Who gives a fuck about making the 8th seed? Nobody. Oh, so we can watch we get fucking swept by the Bucks. Oh, we seen that shit through the season. We gonna be swept 4-0 from the Bucks. I seen that already. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong. Our expectations ain't what Pistons expectations should be. Our expectations should be a contender, a playoff contender. Making the 8th seed don't make you a contender. You ain't contender but shit but going home. In the NBA, and I said this a lot of times, I don't want to make it about this stream. In the NBA, the worst place to be is a fringe playoff team, a middle of the pack team. That's the worst thing to be, because the talent pool isn't as deep as the NFL. So if you ain't on track to win a championship, like Ricky E say, then what? We nowhere near it. We don't have no championship quality players. We don't have a championship first or second. No player on this team is the number 1 and number 2 best player in the championship team. Nobody. Nope. Not gonna happen. That's just facts. Blake Griffin on the championship team in this era NBA is probably a 3rd wheel at best. Andre Drummond, and you lucky if he a 3rd or 4th or 5th best player. But that's just what it is, man. The Pistons, like somebody else came here and said, I think it was Kevin Stenhouse. He came here and said the Pistons need a 5-year plan. I say a 5 to 7-year plan, and that plan would involve building towards being the next up after the Celtics, the Sixers, and all them fall off. They're not going to ball forever. That's a fact. They're not going to ball forever. So we need to be building a team with young players and being terrible. And it's cool because guess what? We a fringe playoff team right now, and still nobody coming down to Little Caesars Arena. Go ahead and just be sorry as a motherfucker. If you get the 5th, 6th, 7th pick in the lottery, hey, I'm going to go ahead and roll my dice right now and tell you that Ed Stefanowski was a better drafter than Joe Dumars. He was a better drafter than Jordan Bowers and Stan Van Gundy. I'm going to just go ahead and roll the dice and say, hey, we won't have that many major misses with Ed Stefanowski at picking the draft. I'm going to go ahead and put my neck out there and say Ed Stefanowski is a better talent evaluator than Dumars, Jordan Bowers, and Stan Van Gundy. I think picking the white guys of college basketball, I think them days is over with. You ain't gonna see no more Kyle Singlers. You ain't gonna see no more fucking Henry Ellisons. You ain't gonna see no fucking Luke Kennards over no Devin Mitchells. I'm gonna go ahead and say Devon Mitchell. Excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and say Ed Stefanowski. I would trust him to go ahead with that 5-year plan and get the job done. Now, my only problem is this: is that I feel bad for Dwayne Casey, because Dwayne Casey deserved to be on the contender because he's a hell of a coach. But you know what? Hey, if he riding with us till the wheels fall off, he good at developing talent. Let's get him in there. But to continue to talk about what I was talking about is the fact that, I'm not sure the Pistons got better this year with those trades. Okay, I'm not at all. But Reggie Jackson's 8-game stretch has been fine. It seemed like they sat down Reggie Jackson and say, "Oh, it's okay to shoot and score." You know, you go to somebody's house when you was little, and, when you was younger, and you say it's okay to go in the refrigerator, but don't go crazy and eat all my fucking food. Don't go eat all my noodles and drink all my orange juice. But parents like, it's good. That's what it is with Reggie Jackson. They put the shackles on Reggie Jackson because Reggie can be trigger happy. Reggie can shoot a lot. He can just get into that groove where he forget to facilitate. He's really a two. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot a lot, but now he's looking more comfortable and seemed like they sat down and gave him a role. And if he could play like that, I guarantee you the Pistons is going to make the playoffs. I can tell you that right now. I don't want them to make the playoffs, but hey, it is what it is. The Pistons will make the playoffs if Reggie Jackson keep playing the way he is. But right now, it's just a stretch right now. Can he play like that consistently? Can he turn 8-game stretch into 16 and 30 games, whatever left? Can he play like that on a consistent basis, or what the fortunes of he balling out, then he get injured coming? That's what you got to ask yourself. When people say we on a winning streak, shit, 2 of them winning streaks consist of the fucking Knicks. Do we really consider that a winning streak? Right on, they made a trade, and then they tanking for Zion. The NBA gonna have the ping pong balls bounce their way, and the Nuggets was on the East Coast swing, and they was missing Murray, and they was missing a few dudes. They coming on that East Coast swing. And they ain't nothing really nice. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that dismiss the Nuggets or win, but hey, they started East Coast swing with Detroit. They came out from Minnesota and came down to Detroit, and that's a good win. I figured that Andre Drummond would have a good game versus Jokic because he just seemed to have the style and the athletic ability to get Jokic a problem. So when you get a athlete that's not as athletic as Drummond gonna eat them up all day. You know what I'm saying? All day. And I'm not impressed by the streak at all. I'm not. They didn't beat nobody. I say, damn, okay, Nuggets pretty good, but them young teams get beat by teams they supposed to beat. That's the next step for them. But beat New York twice, fuck niggas. I didn't even watch that game. What the fuck I want to watch them versus the Knicks? It looked like Dennis Smith Jr. went stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the box score, and I play FanDuel too. Yeah, he had 31 points. Reggie had a good game, but that nigga had 31 points. You know what I'm saying? But hey, people just want to be happy and make the playoffs. Hey, so be it. But the player we got back, the dude from Lakers, man, I mean, that motherfucker, like, he can step in right now and play. In the summer league, I'll give him a chance to come in and play. What you got to lose? You only got 2 starters on the team. Should nobody be etched in stone or chiseled in stone in the starting lineup or in the rotation? What the fuck happened to Glenn Robinson III? That motherfucker been hurt for real. He had 14 minutes today, man. I ain't done shit. I seen the dude from Kansas that came over. He did get 9 minutes of burn. Thon Maker got 8. But shit, like, Ed Smith came back tonight too. That's another good thing. But it's at some point in time where you got to say, you know what? I'm looking at anybody besides the way, not only because Reggie playing good today, I'm saying Reggie, Drummond, and Griffin. Anybody besides them 3, hey, man, I might change my rotation on a nightly basis. I might change my rotation on a nightly basis. And, until I find somebody that consistently really step in and do what they're supposed to do. Outside of them 3 right now, anybody can rotate in. But Thon Maker, let's talk about him. I can't pronounce an old boy name from Lakers that came from Kansas. I like his game. I've seen him play. I like his game. But, to talk about him, they got to give him some confidence and they got to give him some weights. He got to get in the weight room. I remember Ben Wallace used to lift all the time before games, after the games, and maybe linking him up with Kevin Garnett and Ben Wallace might be good for him because at the end of the day, Thon Maker don't have no confidence right now. Because he's been on the end of the bench, and usually those blue chippers, they so used to starting, man, and everything being given to them that when they got to earn something, it's difficult. So they gonna have to get him in the mix and get his confidence up. They can't do that shit they do with Darko, or they can't. Hold on, my girl calling. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. I'm right in the middle of it. They got the worst time in this shit. All right, my bad. I'm back. But yeah, the kid continue to go on though. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck point I was at. They got the fucking report cards today. They ain't looking too good for the kid. It ain't looking too good for her. But hey, you know, kids try to play like you stupid and shit. I'm like, man, ain't y'all supposed to get a first semester report card right about now? No, I think we got enough. I'm like, shit, I ain't stupid, nigga. I've been in school not too long since then. They kids be trying to play niggas and shit, man. And sure enough, that motherfucker came today. You know, right before the birthday. So see, we gonna see what adjustments we can make. I'm going up to that school Monday. Act a motherfucking fool. It's like, no. But yeah, let's talk about I was talking about the three starters they had. And outside of them three, I wouldn't have no set in stone rotation. And Luke Kennard tonight, man, that motherfucker suck. You know, you brought in to shoot the fucking rock. And last year, it seemed like he had more confidence. Maybe he's still injured. But last year, he was dribbling to the spot he wanted to get to. He was scoring. His jumper was silky smooth. Hey, man, Luke Kennard looked to have a real nice game last year. Last year. Like, he playing with more confidence. This year, it seemed like he had the sophomore regress. And Jason Tatum did too, and Devon Mitchell started off a little slow too. So I don't know if it's the injury that Luke Kennard had. They rushed him back. He wasn't able to rehabilitate from that injury, right? But, last year I liked him, man. I didn't think the gap between him and Devon Mitchell was that bad, how people was making it seem. It was huge, but I didn't think it was that bad. But Luke Kennard looked real good last year, man. He looked real confident with the handles, real confident. He got where he wanted to go. He was scoring. He was getting to the rim. He was hitting his open threes. He was hitting his mid-range shot. He was looking like the complete offensive package. But, but that shit crazy, man. That's crazy, man. But I think he's still injured. Same thing I was talking about with Marvin Jones with the Lions. I'm thinking like they still injured because they're not looking the same. Once they both had their injuries, I'm like, Marvin didn't play the same, and Luke Kennard didn't play the same. So I'm going to lay off Luke Kennard. I think it's an injury thing. But last year, he was looking real nice. But I think it's because Don Maker didn't get no minutes in Milwaukee because I guess Jason Kidd and then now Mike Budenholzer didn't trust him, to be honest. I think that's what it is. They didn't trust him. But, maybe he didn't look good in practice. But some of them guys, they don't necessarily practice good. Some of the time you can throw some of them dudes up in the game and them niggas will ball out, you know what I'm saying? But, tonight, I guess it's a fill-out period, but they're going to have to play Thon Maker and see what he got and run some plays for him and see what he can do. But he got to get bigger. He got to get stronger. And he got to be able to play. And with Thon Maker, Andre Drummond, and Blake Griffin, if you got to put in Ish Smith in there, the Pistons should be getting up and down the floor. Drake can run, Blake can run, and Thon Maker can run. Between those three, and if Ish Smith the best at pushing the ball, they need to really be getting that ball and shooting up the floor like Mike D'Antoni, they coach. Up and down, spacing. You got the stretch 5, stretch 4, and Thon Maker. They need to be getting to him at the top of the post and the elbow, seeing what he can do off the dribble. Getting him on the block, posting him up. Seeing what he can give him. He give you something that Andre Drummond don't give you, and that's a natural scorer. And a dude that can beat today's big man and stretch out the defense. So Thon Maker got some starts in Milwaukee. He just never got the minutes. But overall, like I said, I'm not sure the Pistons got better this year, but I think they did two things they need to do to get better in the long haul. They got rid of Stanley, they got rid of Reggie, and now they need to make a way to get rid of to get some more talent in. They kept the first round draft pick for now, and that could change. But really, I was impressed that the Pistons, really didn't budge with the Memphis Grizzlies to give up 2 first-round picks, and they didn't budge on Luke Kennard. That means they still believe in him. So I'm pretty much impressed how they handled this trade deadline. I was impressed how they handled the offseason. I was impressed how they handled this trade deadline. I mean, Ed Stefanowski is giving this organization some structure. He is. I'll give him that. He giving some organization some structure, man. And I think they made the moves they need to make. They didn't go out there and reach for more moves. Because look here, man, this team ain't nowhere close to being where you want to be as an NBA franchise. Nowhere close. The object is not to be eighth seed. Everybody talking about the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's not the goal. You know, this ain't the Lions. Our goal ain't to make the playoffs and hang up a banner. You know, the goal for the Pistons is always championship standard. So we can't be champions right now, but we need to be building towards being a championship caliber team. And a lot of people don't understand that. People go around, they got mad because I said I agree with Mike Valenti. I don't know exactly what he said, but from what somebody told me is that Mike Valenti basically said the Pistons in a no-win situation. And they need to tear it down to rebuild. And people get mad because that's the truth. How can you get mad for somebody telling the truth? You know, I was arguing with a dude on the Piston thread. He said, what you agree with Mike on? And the post kind of said that the Pistons in a no-win situation. I said, yeah, they pretty much is. And he broke it down what he pretty much said. And it basically said the Pistons need to tear it down. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's common sense, ain't it? You know, that's common sense that the Pistons ain't nowhere near a championship team or building towards a championship. Yeah, you do know Sacramento is closer than us. You do know you might not like what Phoenix said, but they're closer than us. You know, but why would you just want to make the playoffs to get swept? I don't get that. Don't you want to get the best available player that you can get at the top of the draft? I don't get why people want to say, oh, the Pistons made the playoffs to get swept by the Bucks. So I'm trying to be able to get a player that I'm gonna pay and go down to Little Caesars Arena to go see. The Nets ain't falling. No. The Nets is actually a pretty fucking good team. If they somehow can steal Kevin Durant away from New York Knicks, man, them motherfuckers gonna be a problem. Because the snitch, he balling. Karis LeVert came back tonight. Spencer Dinwiddie, I don't know how long he out. But Karis LeVert came back tonight. And I like the Nets. You know, if they get Kevin Durant, man, I don't know why the fuck Kevin Durant want to go to the Knicks. Yeah, I mean, they lost to the Bulls. Shit happened. The Denver Nuggets lost to the Pistons. What you mean? They lost to the Bulls. The Denver Nuggets lost to the Pistons. Fuck you mean? The Nuggets lost to the Pistons. The motherfucking Pistons lost to the Washington Wizards on the 21st of January. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers ain't even got John Wall. You know what I'm saying? Shit happened. It's 82 games. It's a hard season to look good every game, man. Even if they took a lot of the back-to-backs out. The Nets is a fucking good team, man. I like the Nets, man. They going places. You know, that's just my personal opinion, but, you know, like everybody really content with making them play. That shit crazy to me, man. Who the fuck want to be the 8th seed in the East? Real talk. I don't get it, man. I don't get like where these new fans' mindset be at, man. You need to be in the worst place to be in the NBA is where the Pistons at. And that's right in the middle of the road. Because you're not gonna get premier talent. And what are they banking on? Like real talk, what are they banking on? People coming to see them in the playoffs and getting a bonus? Don't nobody believe in Detroit like that. Ain't nobody coming downtown to see them niggas, man. We all talk that shit. Oh, the Pistons go downtown. I don't care how sorry they is. But shit, when niggas seen them parking prices, you know what I'm saying? And all the money you got to pay down to go to Little Caesars, man, I was like, fuck that. I'm not about to pay to see no sorry-ass Andre Drummond. Or even Blake Griffin. I mean, that ain't even the Blake Griffin from 5 years ago. He's jumping over Kia charts and shit. And I'm just keeping it real, man. A lot of motherfuckers got mad. What's up, old school? A lot of motherfuckers got mad. Whatever Mike Valenti said today, niggas got mad over that shit. But it wasn't nothing but the truth. But everybody get mad about the truth. The Pistons is in a no-win situation. Nobody come and watch the Pistons make the 8th seed. Nobody. Nobody in Detroit believe in the Pistons. Now, the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid, oh, people always going to buy that. But the Pistons need to have tank, be bad, and build up their roster. They need to get rid of Drummond, get rid of Griffin, and Jackson come off the books next year. Move him for what you can move him for. Be bad. Get up there and get some talent the next 3 or 4 years. Put talent together. If you go out there and you put premier talent together, guess what? Veterans going to want to come play here. Veterans going to want to come play here. You know what I'm saying? But you got to put a core together to get veterans here. And then again, it still may not work. Look at Philadelphia. It took them dudes 5 shots to get the 2 players they needed. It went from what? Okafor, Nerlens Noel, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons being injured, and Markelle Fultz. They was 2 out of 5. Real talk, they was 2 out of 5. And the 2 they hit on could be transcendent superstars. You know? And then they was able to put pieces around them. They was able to get Jimmy Butler. They was able to get Tobias Harris. You know? They was able to put pieces around them, man. But everybody in Detroit just think the Pistons so close. They only got 2 starters. The Pistons got 2 starters. 2 starters. They can start in over 50% of the NBA. People don't realize that. Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin are the only perennial starters in the NBA that can start in the NBA on that team. This team lack depth. They lack starters. They lack everything. You know, they got some, like they had Jose, they got some nice pieces. Don Maker, they got to develop. The dude from Kansas that came from Lakers, he got to develop. Luke Kennard, he got to get healthy and develop. But right now, only guys that's going to start in over 50% of the league is Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. Reggie Jackson ain't starting on too many teams. If Smith ain't starting on too many teams. Bruce Brown ain't starting on too many teams. Who else we keep going down the list in? Glenn Robinson III, he ain't starting for nobody. Zaza really ain't starting for too many teams neither. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie Thomas ain't starting for too many teams. I mean, how can you be a team that got hope and you don't have no starters? If you ain't got no starter, we know you ain't got no bench. We go back to the Pistons before they got Sheed. I mean, they bench starting 5 was better than our actual starting 5. Mike James, Lindsey Hunter, Bobby Sura, Corliss Williamson, Mehmet Okur. Shit, that's better than our starting 5 right now. Only big difference maker is Blake Griffin. Our backup 5 was better than our starting 5 right now. And our starting 5 before she got here was treacherous. That just, you know, that's just like people don't understand, man. A lot of these motherfuckers get on here on the internet and talk about this Piston shit, but motherfuckers just happy for a playoff spot. Like, nigga, I'm not happy for that. Like, nigga, I remember the lineage of the Pistons in the 90s. It was bad. Yeah, it was, man. But they had a few ballers. You know, Grant Hill ran Allen Houston out of town. A lot of motherfuckers, they don't know about the Pistons. They don't remember that. But he ran Allen Houston out of town. He regretted that shit. You know, Joe Dumars was a little bit of help, but it would have been better if they would have kept Allen Houston. You know, but he struggled, tore his ankle up, and it was what it was. But Grant Hill was that nigga, man, in Detroit. But Blake Griffin ain't nowhere near what the fuck Grant Hill was. And Grant Hill couldn't even get them a playoff victory. And it's a totally different NBA. Now, the Eastern Conference in the 90s was tough. No way the Pistons was beat nobody out there, man. Nobody. Pacers, Bulls, Magic, you know, everybody. And the Celtics had a pretty good young team through the 90s until Homeboy died. You know. But like I said before, man, the goal should be tearing this shit down, you know. And I don't know how many people worked on cars or you know, he ran his help away. He had Allen Houston. He had Joe Dumars, and it was older Joe Dumars, but he had help. He had Allen Houston. He didn't like Allen Houston. They say he didn't want Allen Houston still in his shine. That's what they say. He didn't want Allen Houston still in his shine. So he got Allen Houston traded out of Detroit. And Allen Houston went to the Knicks and hit some of the biggest shots of his career. That'd have been help. He had Theo Radcliffe at one point, right? Maybe I'm a little bit too early, but yeah, it was a shitty team. You're right. But the goal should, I mean, you ever did a project or did something, maybe worked on a car, And instead of actually doing it the right way, you try to finesse your way and try to do it and trying to just, temporarily fix the problem and just try to ride it until the problem come again. And eventually, when you try to temporarily fix that problem turns into another problem. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this to the radiator hose and this and that. And then instead of just going ahead and replace the hose, now, your kid drove the car, your girl drove the car, and then now the radiator then busted or whatever. Now you got to not only replace the hose, but now you got to replace the whole radiator, Oh, it's the summertime. Your heater core, maybe some going on or whatever. It's a leak in your radiator. So you go ahead and put that stop leak in your radiator and it clog up your heater core. You don't know, like, okay, I ain't gonna need no heat until, November or whatever it may be. In November come around, you forget that heater core got plugged up because you put that stop leak shit in there, whatever you put in there, and it got plugged up. You ain't got no heat. Now you gotta take the dash out and replace the heater core. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. They had the other dude die too, Reggie Theus, whatever it was, him and Len Bias. But Theus died in the 90s, I think it was. Whatever his name was, I played with Muggsy in DC or Baltimore. Baltimore, I think it was. But yeah, that's what the Pistons doing. The Pistons trying to fix everything around the problem and half-ass doing and try to just salvage it so Tom Gores can sell the team. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. He said Allen Houston wanted to be a free agent, but I thought, but he did get Jerry Stackhouse, but the team was still weak, not made for the play. I think, yeah, Stackhouse wasn't Stackhouse then, was he? Was he injured when Stackhouse got here? Where the fuck did Stackhouse get to the Pistons? I'm trying to think. When Stackhouse got to the Pistons? Yep, he got Stackhouse at the end in 98. Yep. But it wasn't too much shit that he could have done. He after Grant left, that motherfucker was balling, but it wasn't doing nothing for the Pistons. It wasn't doing shit for the Pistons. But yeah, it just wasn't enough. Reggie Lewis, thank you, bro. But like I said before, man, Pistons gonna have to just start off from scratch. And the longer they keep not trying to start off from scratch, the harder and the more harsher the letdown y'all gonna get. Pistons gotta wipe it clean. They gotta tank, be bad, get good talent. That's the only way you're gonna get free agents to go here. You do realize that Gores bought the team for like $23-25 million, and now it's worth $1.1 billion. He could sell it and make his money today. Why not then? Why not sell it? I don't know how this team worth $1.1 billion, but shit, I'll sell the fuck out this team. What are you trying to do then? Get rid of the team. Get rid of this sorry ass team, man. And let somebody that really want to invest in it. Yeah, man, I'll get rid of man. He needs to get rid of this fucking team then. Yeah, Ellington coming. He ain't gonna help shit though. I mean, good point. Before I get off, let me talk about him. Wayne Ellington, he ain't shit. He'll be able to provide some shooting. He can get hot here and there, but he ain't shit major. He ain't gonna save the day. He might give you a more consistent shooter. But this year, people talking about his shooting this year. He had to compete with Rodney McGruder. He had to compete with Dwayne Wade, not Deion Waiters. So he been competing with dudes at the 2 spot. I mean, then you got Josh Richardson. Then you got Goran Dragic, Tyler Johnson, who got traded to the Suns. Justin Winslow, that was been playing pretty well not too long ago. So he had to compete with them. He wasn't getting no burn. And when he was getting burned, he was injured earlier this year. He didn't get no consistent minutes. But, hey, he's a shooter. I think he's a more consistent shooter than Reggie Bullock is. But, like I said, he ain't no fucking major difference maker. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to be the difference between us being a great team and a good team and a bad team. He's a good shooter. He's a good shooter. For real. He's a good shooter. But yeah, he coming here. He got to clear waivers first. He got to clear for waivers. He said he wanted to go out to LA, so the Pistons must be offering him a lot of money, or more money than LA. But or maybe with them getting Reggie Bullock, that he couldn't go out there no more. But my fat, the Lakers got an open roster spot, so maybe it's going to Melo. He wants to see them do good. What kind of owner do you want? A person who don't care about the team or its success? He don't give a fuck about the success. He don't give a fuck about the success. If Tom Gores gave a fuck about the success, why the fuck he let him do that dumbass trade for Blake Griffin? Why we trying away Marcus Morris? For real. That motherfucker ain't trying to be successful. These niggas is stupid. Everybody know in the NBA, for a small market team or a middle market team, however you want to categorize the Pistons, ain't nobody coming to Detroit. Ain't no LeBron coming here. Ain't no Durant coming here. Ain't no Giannis coming here. It's different from when the Pistons did it in 04, when it ended with the going to work Pistons, 04 and all that shit. Okay? You didn't need a big superstar to win the title. Now, you got 5 niggas over there in Golden State. 5, nigga. Not 1, 2, 3, but 4, but 5. You got 5 niggas over there that can make the All-Star team on any given year. Then you look at Denver. Let's just go down the list. When they healthy, Jamal Murray could be an all-star. He balling out, okay? You know, whoever they got at the 2, I don't know. I mean, man, be Will Barton, Gary Harris. They got the Herman Gomez guy that can come off the bench that can play pretty well. Paul Millsap, Jokic. They going to get Michael Porter Jr. back next year at some point. Isaiah Thomas, they're going to get back some point this year. Dude, that team go like 10 deep. 10 deep. The Rockets, Chris Paul, James Harden, Clint Capella. You want to stay in the East? Look at Boston. They second unit better than our first unit. Terry Rozier, he better than Reggie Jackson. Jaylen Brown, he better than anybody that played the 2. Marcus Smart, he better than anybody that probably played the 2 for us too. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, man. You got motherfuckers backup people who better than us. Our starting 5. He said, okay, if no big free agents are coming here, why would you want to trade Blake, Andre, and Reggie? Boy, if you don't know the NBA, man, look, they not winning the championship. Blake Griffin will never be the best team on the championship team. Maybe in the CBA or the ABA, they're not winning no championship with them 3 niggas. I'm telling you that. Andre Drummond, he ain't win no championship. The idea of trading all 3 of them is to be bad, be terrible, and build it through the draft with good picks. The NBA might not award you with the number 1 pick in the lottery, but hey, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ain't bad. That's the whole point. So you want to just keep doing the same shit with Blake Griffin, Drummond, and Jackson. Keep losing, keep losing, keep losing. Oh, we made the 8th spot. Keep losing, keep losing. So you rather see them be a middle-of-the-road team than tear it down, be terrible, still get the amount of ticket sellers here. Don't matter. Don't nobody in Detroit believe in the Pistons. Don't nobody believe in these niggas, man. It don't matter how good you think they are when they make the 8th seed. Everybody know if I go down there and spend $10 or $100 on the ticket, Milwaukee gonna sweep the Pistons. Boston gonna sweep the Pistons. Philly gonna sweep the Pistons. It don't matter. You have to be bad and acquire talent. Look at Phoenix. You know, you might laugh at their record. They have some injury issues, but guess what? Booker and Aiden is better than what the Pistons got. Josh Jackson balling right now. Shout out to Josh Jackson. He from the D. From somewhere in Michigan. That's why you trade them dudes. Everybody know that. Look at Minnesota. They was real terrible. They got Karl-Anthony Towns, and they traded Kevin Love for Andrew Wiggins. You know, it didn't really work out with Jimmy Butler. Hey, but at least they tried something that's different. Sacramento, exactly. They traded for Buddy Hield, and De'Aaron Fox is balling. Willie Cauley-Stein, he a little up and down. But look at, they got Marvin Bagley. It seemed like they got their big guy of the future. Bojanovic, he balling. You know what I'm saying? They got a really solid team. You know, in New Orleans, you got opportunities where it don't work out, where they got the best player in the league, or one of the best players in the league, Anthony Davis, and it don't work out. Okay, then you just say, okay, we're just going to keep on. Look at Philly. Philly had 5 shots at the number 1 pick, or the top 7 picks. You know, I say top 7. Nerlens Noel, he didn't work out. Okafor, he didn't work out. Okay? Markelle Fultz, he didn't work out, but guess what? Embiid and Ben Simmons worked out. The Mavericks, Luka Doncic changed their whole franchise. Dennis Smith Jr. was able to get them Porzingis. It worked out. You know, it works out, man. You got to be bad to get top. You got to draft homegrown talent and have them grow up in Detroit and retain them. You know, if you retain talent like that, and then free agents going to fall in income. In worst case scenario, they want to leave and ask them for a trade request like Anthony Davis. You trade them for a king's ransom. But anybody that's telling y'all that this Piston team is good because of whatever reason they're not. You can never be a good team with two starters on your team. That's it. Look, I'm going to read what he said. He said, I don't know, man. I feel like you're cool with the 10-year rebuilding plan when they're one good piece. What are you smoking? What are you smoking? You really think the Pistons are one piece away? I mean, Detroit sports fans are some of the dumb. I thought boxing fans was bad, but Detroit sports fans are some of the dumbest motherfuckers around. I ain't disrespecting you, but you dumb as a motherfucker if you think they one piece away. Like, did you not hear anything I just said? We've been losing for 10 years already, Playboy. Tuka, man, fuck up out of here, man. You said they one piece away. Are you serious? One piece away? Like, we talking about LeBron, like, type of piece away? Like, Durant type of piece away? Giannis? Like, one piece away, my nigga? Like, you like, nigga, like, one piece gonna fill my fat ass up from Popeye's chicken wing away? No. The Pistons only got two starters, Joey. Two, Joey. They got two starters. Two starters, Joey. Two. That's 1, 2. That's it. They got two starters that can start in over 50% of the NBA. That's Blake Griffin, and that's Andre Drummond. This motherfucker said one piece away. One piece. I thought he was talking about the fucking anime. Man, and that's how Detroit Pistons fans think, bro. Man, I'd take John Morant, Zion, but hey, it ain't gonna happen. You know? Like, I'm good with a 10-year rebuilding plan, which it should be only 5, but hey, we could just call it 10. You've been bad for 10 years already. You've been bad for 10 years already. and it ain't work. Ben Gordon, Charlie Villanueva, Josh Smith didn't work. You know, being at Moose, well, Moose was like the number 7 pick. Andre Drummond like the number 7, 8th pick or something like that. You know, it didn't work. Caldwell Pope was like number 10 pick. It didn't work. You know, Stanley Johnson was like what, top 5 or 6 pick. It didn't work. They shown to when they in that gray area draft picks, they shown not being able to draft good. You know, Blake got about 3 or 4 years left. I'll let you know. I looked at the other day. I'm gonna let you know right now. Okay, here we go. Blake Griffin got 1, 2, 3 years left. Now, I'm not sure what that green shit means, but he'll be done with this contract at 32 years old. 2021, 2022 was Blake Griffin last year. Okay. This year, he making almost $32 million. Next year, Blake Griffin set to make just over $34 million. 2021, he's set to make over $36.5 million. Final year 21-22, he's set to make almost $39 million. Player option. Okay, he got a 21-22 player option that he's set to make almost $40 million. Okay, and we look at Andre Drummond contract. It's not that Andre Drummond contract not that expensive. I look. But let's keep going. So Blake got like 3 or 4 years left. Okay, Drummond got 2 more years left. 2021. So Griffin got 3, excuse me. So he got a player option, but he make $27 million next year. He make the 25 this year, just over 25. 27 next year, and his player option year for 2021 is last year, so 28, almost a $29 million option. You know, so terrible contracts. We all can agree. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, this new front office, but there's nothing you can do with those. I mean, Reggie Jackson and Drummond and Griffin take up 70-some% of your cap. So there's nothing you can do. There's no way the Pistons can improve their team but through the draft. See, that's what I try to explain to people, man. Like, a lot of motherfuckers don't go look at the numbers. And when I say it in my videos, I don't know if people listen, but Reggie Jackson making like $18 million this year. You know, Griffin making 34 or 33 million, whatever I said, 30 million. Let's say 30 million. You know, Reggie making about 20. That's $50 million out of $104 million, out of $104 million cap or $109 million cap, whatever it is. So you got $109 million in cap room. You got $50 million taken up by Reggie Jackson, Blake Griffin. You put $22 million more with Andre Drummond. That's almost 72%. That's almost 75% of your cap tied up in 3 players. That's it. And 2 of the players not even all-stars every year, like Reggie Jackson and Drummond. So 75% of your cap is almost tied up in 3 players. No, Reggie Jackson not your only real bad contract. You must be you must be like the Pistons front office person. Blake Griffin ain't no $34.5 million player. He ain't no $30 million player. Those type of players, if you put Kevin Durant on this team instead of Blake Griffin, we a playoff team. We might be the 6th or the 15th seed, but we a playoff team. You put Giannis over here, we a lock for the playoffs. You put Bron over here, shit, we might be a lock for the second round of the playoffs. You know? Real talk. Blake Griffin ain't transcended. He's an all-star. He ain't a superstar. Superstars are top 10 players. I mean, I would be nice to probably say top 7. But you talk about Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Giannis, Anthony Davis. Who else you got? Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Steph Curry. We talk about guys like that. That's transcendent. Those are superstars. You know? I don't think Paul George better than Blake. I don't think Blake Griffin better than Paul George. I think Blake Griffin is in the same spot as the Karl Anthony Towns is. He in that type of class. He went out there with Jimmy Butler and them. You know? When you pay somebody $35 million, how am I asking for too much? Blake Griffin is not a superstar. Superstars don't miss the playoffs. Superstars don't miss the playoffs. Oh, you smoking dick. This motherfucker say Westbrook ain't better than Blake. You crazy. You said Westbrook ain't better than Blake. Yeah, Westbrook better than Blake. Yeah, you smoking dick. Get the fuck up out of here. You know, fuck up out of here. All 3 of those coming off next year. No, it's not. All 3 of them contracts not coming off next year. Only Reggie Jackson's coming off next year. Only Reggie Jackson's coming off next year, bro. Griffin, did you not just hear anything I just fucking said? Andre Drummond's come off in 2021, 22, or 2021. That's two more seasons with the Pistons. Blake Griffin got 3 more seasons with the Pistons. We ain't missing the playoffs. I mean, if you want to go ahead and make the playoffs and just be, we making the playoffs. Go ahead. Go ahead. You beat the Knicks today. You beat the Knicks. Pistons fans, real. I mean, y'all got to be like Lions fans too, man. Y'all are some real optimistic team, some fans, bro. For real. I know Tom Gores is happy to have y'all suckers down there paying for shit. You know, I know y'all. I mean, I know y'all. They was on Twitter cheering. Oh, we beat the Knicks. We won the game out from the playoffs. We one game out from the. I'm like, man, fuck up out of here. I'm like, get the fuck up out of here. Please. I'm not no dumb niggas like y'all. I'm not no idiots like y'all who think the Pistons so close away from being shit. I'm gonna tell you when you know the Pistons good. When you start seeing them fill out Little Caesars Arena, that's how you know the Pistons good. Until you start seeing asses in the seats, then you know the Pistons good. We didn't beat the Knicks. This nigga got to go. I'm sorry. I don't even like to block people, but you gotta go. You gotta get the fuck up out of here. My tolerance level is low today. Real low. If we can get someone like Jay Morant in the draft, we could see a 3 or 5 seed. Because we not bad. We just got bad contracts that's holding us down. Nah, you bad, bro. You bad. John Morant ain't gonna save the Pistons. He can help. I'm gonna break it. I'm about to get off, man. I'm about to break it down like this. I'm gonna break it down real smooth for you. Okay. Andre Drummond is a big guy who don't score, who can't shoot, and can't defend the rim. Blake Griffin is fine, but he gonna need a point guard to take the ball out of his hands. Now, John Morant will help. Don't get me wrong, he will help. But remember this: even with you bringing John Morant in, they only get the Pistons 3 starters, 3 players that only can start in over 50% of the league. That's what people not realizing. You don't have a bench. You don't have starters. You lack talent. Remember, we not putting ourselves up against the Charlotte Hornets. Okay? We not saying, okay, our measuring stick is the Charlotte Hornets. The goal in the NBA is to be a championship team or building towards a championship team. But, people will never understand what I'm saying. People will never understand what I'm saying. You know, and I'm going to just say this. When you know the Pistons get good, when people start filling up the arena. That's it. That's how you know the Pistons get good. As long as all these people still giving out Piston tickets and people not going down there to pay watch the Pistons, that's how you know they're still sorry. There's no promise in the Pistons, bro. They're not showing no promise. They beat the Knicks. Y'all talking about they showing promise where? Blake Griffin showing promise. But where is they showing promise at? For beating the Knicks? Let me get off here, man. And I'm going to read this last comment because it's a real one. He said, that one Piston fan and you earned a fucking wrench just for this comment. I'm giving you a fucking wrench. Motherfucker, there go your wrench. I'm going to read your comment before you get off. The goal for the Pistons is to lose, get swept in the playoff. It seems like I'm gone. That's the goal. Exactly what that one Piston fan say. The goal for the Pistons is to lose, get swept in the playoff. It seems like, and if that's the goal, okay, we go for it. But the real goal is to be bad and get top tier talent and build the team from the ground up. I'm going, man.